Hello, Dodgers fans! Today we are diving deep into what promises to be an intriguing season for one of baseball's most fascinating lineups. As spring training wraps up and the regular season approaches, there are so many questions about how the team will balance its roster, manage player roles, and get the most out of a roster that is packed with talent. It's not just about the stars on the field every day, it's about the depth and how the manager deploys these players strategically. One of the biggest storylines going into this season is how the roster has evolved, particularly in the infield, with additions, departures, and shifts in defensive assignments. It's fascinating to see how the pieces will fit together. On paper, some positions seem straightforward, like the corner infield spots. There is a sense of stability with players who are defensively reliable and can handle the everyday grind. For instance, the third base situation, with a strong arm player capable of handling the demands of the position, seems solid. While he may not cover every inch of the diamond like the fastest fielders, his skill set and experience make him a trustworthy choice for the hot corner. The option to occasionally slot him at first base adds flexibility, allowing the lineup to rotate players while maintaining defensive balance. First base appears equally stable. There is a standout defender there who brings consistency and reliability, capable of making plays that define a game, even though some accolades may have gone to others in the past season. The performance on the field remains undeniable, with these corner positions anchored. The real intrigue shifts to the middle infield, where questions about shortstop and second base assignments dominate conversations. How will the team balance veteran presence with emerging talent? Who will take on the day-to-day responsibilities, and how will matchups influence the lineup? These are the debates that fans and analysts alike will be watching closely. The departure of a key bat has certainly left a mark, but it has also opened opportunities for defensive specialists to step up. The roster is surprisingly deep, featuring players capable of filling multiple roles and adapting to in-game shifts, from versatile infielders to players who can slide into utility spots. The depth allows the manager to experiment with different combinations, while maintaining a competitive edge for the majority of the season. It seems likely that the team will lean on a core set of infielders for most matchups. Particularly in high-leverage situations, strategic deployment will be key, as balancing offensive production with defensive reliability often defines a team's success over a long season. One of the interesting aspects is how younger players are positioned alongside seasoned veterans. A promising shortstop, for instance, has already shown glimpses of the potential to anchor the infield, but managing the physical toll of playing every day is essential. Rotating players in a way that preserves their health and maximizes their performance is a delicate balancing act. For instance, pairing a defensive powerhouse with a player who needs slightly more rest allows both to contribute meaningfully without compromising the team's overall defensive capabilities. These decisions will shape how effectively the team can sustain a high level of play deep into the season. It's also fascinating to consider the impact of recent trades and acquisitions. A player brought in with a high-profile contract is expected to be a starter, not just a bench option. Transitioning from another league to Major League Baseball comes with adjustments, both offensively and defensively. The team's investment reflects confidence in this player's ability to contribute at a high level, particularly in key positions like third base. Yet, how quickly they adapt to the speed and precision of MLB play is a storyline that will unfold over the first few months of the season. These adjustments are critical, especially as the season progresses and matchups become more intense. Moving to the middle infield, there is a rich discussion about who will occupy shortstop and second base on a regular basis. Versatility is abundant here, with several players capable of filling either role. For fans, it's exciting because it gives the manager tactical options depending on the opposing lineup and the strategic needs of the game. For example, a player who has primarily played shortstop in the minors brings a strong defensive presence and can absorb the physical demands of the position, while another infielder may be more suited to second base, balancing defensive skills with consistent offensive contributions. The decisions here will affect not only daily lineups but also playoff rotations, where every choice becomes magnified. The ongoing debate about how to utilize each infielder revolves around balancing defensive reliability with maintaining offensive production. For instance, having a defensive specialist at shortstop ensures the team minimizes errors and strengthens infield coverage, but it also requires monitoring the toll on the player's body strategically. The manager may rotate players based on matchups, left-handed or right-handed pitchers, and situational demands. These choices illustrate the complexity of managing a Major League Baseball roster. Especially one as talented and deep as this team, fans can expect a dynamic season, with roles that may shift week to week, but always with the goal of maximizing both defense and offensive output. Utility players are another key component of the roster strategy. Their versatility allows the manager to cover injuries, give starters rest, or exploit matchups in ways that can directly influence outcomes. Players capable of filling multiple positions become invaluable over the course of a long season, providing flexibility and depth. How the manager chooses to employ these utility options will be a storyline to follow closely, particularly when high-pressure situations arise. The depth in the roster means that even when a starter sits, there is no significant drop-off in performance, maintaining the team's competitive edge as we look toward opening day. The team presents a compelling mix of stability and intriguing questions. Corner infield positions are set, with reliable defensive performers anchoring those spots. But the middle infield remains the true chessboard, balancing veteran experience with younger talent, managing physical demands, and leveraging utility players effectively will be critical. Every move has the potential to influence the team's success, and fans can expect plenty of discussion, adjustments, and exciting moments as the season unfolds. The strategies employed now in spring training will set the tone for the challenges ahead, particularly as the team looks toward a postseason run. Moving beyond the infield, the Dodgers' corner outfield positions also demand attention, though the solutions here are a bit more straightforward. Right field and left field both feature players who bring a combination of athleticism and proven offensive production. These positions are critical not just for fielding, but for shaping the lineup's balance. Right field, for instance, requires someone with the range to cover ground, but also the arm strength to prevent extra bases. With the roster as it stands, the Dodgers have players capable of meeting these defensive demands while maintaining strong offensive contributions. The balance between defending against hard-hit balls and ensuring consistent run production is key, and the team's depth allows the manager to make these decisions with confidence. Left field presents a similar scenario, with players who combine defensive skill with hitting potential. It's not a position where debate is as fierce as it is in the infield, but performance here can still swing games. Matchups against pitchers, shifts in offensive strategy, and lineup rotations will all play into who sees the most time in left field throughout the season. The Dodgers front office has clearly invested in building a roster that can adapt to these variables by having multiple players capable of contributing at both corners. The team avoids being overly reliant on a single player and gains the flexibility to respond to injuries or slumps without a significant drop-off in performance. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Dodgers roster is how they can integrate new additions, like Kazuma Okamoto, into the lineup while preserving the integrity of existing core players. Okamoto's role at third base is central, but his ability to fill in at first base if needed also creates additional flexibility for matchups and defensive shifts. Meanwhile, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. remains the anchor at first base, and his presence allows the Dodgers to allocate playing time in a way that balances both offensive firepower and defensive coverage. The interplay between these corner positions and the infield ultimately dictates how well the Dodgers can execute on both sides of the game, giving them a competitive edge over teams with less depth. Turning back to the infield, the ongoing conversation about shortstop and second base remains central to the Dodgers' strategy. Andrés Giménez, with his exceptional defensive abilities, is expected to handle the shortstop position for the majority of games, providing both range and arm strength that few can match. Ernie Clement, meanwhile, offers versatility and experience, able to slot into second base or fill in at shortstop as needed. This dynamic allows the team to manage workloads and maintain defensive excellence, while also ensuring that players with offensive upside are positioned to contribute regularly. Managing these rotations is an art form, and it's one that will have a major impact on the team's success over the course of the long season. Utility players like Addison Barger and Davis Schneider play a critical role in this strategy. Their ability to step into multiple positions allows the Dodgers to rotate starters strategically, manage fatigue, and respond to injuries without compromising the lineup. Barger's quick reaction time and defensive skill make him a reliable option at third base when Okamoto needs rest or when matchups suggest a different configuration. Schneider's experience in the infield adds yet another layer of flexibility, enabling the team to adjust dynamically as the season unfolds. The presence of these versatile athletes ensures that the Dodgers can maintain a high level of performance even when faced with unexpected challenges. The offensive side of the equation is equally important, while defensive alignment is critical. The Dodgers must also generate consistent production from the lineup. Okamoto, Guerrero, Jimenez, and the supporting cast all contribute to a multifaceted offensive strategy that emphasizes both power and situational hitting, matchups against left-handed and right-handed pitchers, bullpen strategies, and late-inning substitutions all factor into how the team positions its hitters. By maintaining depth and flexibility across the roster, the Dodgers are positioned to adapt on a game-by-game basis, maximizing run production while keeping defensive standards high. Pitching strategy also intersects with these roster decisions. The Dodgers' rotation and bullpen composition influence who plays where on any given day, as matchups can dictate lineup adjustments. For example, a left-handed pitcher may prompt a switch to favor a left-handed batter, while defensive alignments may change to neutralize power hitters on opposing teams. The interplay between pitching, hitting, and defensive positioning is intricate, requiring constant evaluation by the coaching staff. The Dodgers' depth allows them to execute these adjustments without losing competitive balance, ensuring that every player's strengths are optimized in the context of the team's overall strategy. Spring training serves as a testing ground for these decisions, allowing the coaching staff to evaluate how new players adapt, how returning veterans perform, and how positional flexibility can be applied in practice. Early season performance will help determine final alignments and rotations, providing clarity on questions about Okamoto's fit, Clement's positioning, and Jimenez's usage. These evaluations are essential to ensuring that the Dodgers enter the regular season with a lineup that is cohesive, resilient, and capable of sustaining success over a long, grueling campaign. One of the most significant benefits of this roster construction is the ability to manage wear and tear on key players by rotating utility players strategically. The Dodgers can give starters necessary rest without weakening their defensive presence or offensive output. This careful balancing act is especially critical for middle infielders, where the physical demands are intense. Jimenez, with his range and skill, can handle the majority of shortstop duties, while Clement and other versatile players absorb some of the load, keeping everyone fresh for high-stakes games later in the season. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. The baseball world is buzzing after what insiders are calling one of the most unexpected moves of the season. Sources close to the team suggest the Los Angeles Dodgers have quietly pulled off a major roster shakeup that has left fans and analysts alike scrambling for answers. Rumors are swirling that the Dodgers have signed a high-profile reinforcement, a move that could dramatically alter the dynamics of the roster. What makes the story even more astonishing is that the signing reportedly coincided with the release of a seasoned veteran, a player who has been a staple of the team for years. Speculation is rampant about the identity of the newcomer, with whispers pointing toward a player who has drawn attention for explosive performance in recent seasons. Insiders hint that the Dodgers were pursuing this target aggressively for months, but the timing of the move has caught everyone off guard by parting ways with a veteran in the middle of the afternoon. The organization seems to be signaling a bold shift in strategy, potentially prioritizing youth and high-impact talent over experience. Fans have taken to social media, debating the implications of the move. Many are questioning what this could mean for team chemistry, while others are excited at the prospect of fresh energy and a new face in the locker room. Analysts are already speculating how this signing could affect upcoming matchups, with some suggesting that the addition may fill a glaring hole in the lineup, while others wonder if the sudden release of a veteran could disrupt cohesion on the field. Though the Dodgers have remained tight-lipped officially, sources suggest that discussions within the front office have been heated. Reflecting the magnitude of the decision, some insiders describe it as a calculated gamble, a statement that has fueled even more speculation about the team's long-term plans. Could this be a sign that the Dodgers are ready to push aggressively for the championship? Or is it a short-term adjustment to shake things up? One thing is certain, the baseball community will be watching closely. If early reports are accurate, The Dodgers may have just pulled off a move that could reshape the season in ways no one anticipated. Fans, pundits, and rival teams alike are now left to wonder whether this surprise signing will pay off, or if the abrupt farewell to a veteran presence will be felt more deeply than anyone anticipated. Either way, the rumor alone has already sent shockwaves through the sport. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.